Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, and as I've said, Kaizer Chiefs have been linked with a player from PSL, which we're going to be looking at on today's video, and then also we'll be looking at what Tulane Touch Mabaso said after his game, because he did say something which I feel like it is very important and crucial for the youngsters out there at Nashorena who still want to follow in the footsteps of the great living legends, or all of the legends. But anyways, before we dive into all of those details, please do make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, don't forget to click the bell notification so that next time when I post a new video, you will be notified. So now guys, according to Soccer Beat, we have been linked with a player called Siyanda Ndlovu, who plays for Element Gordonville Arrows. They did not just mention, they did not just mention Kaizer Chiefs, but also they mentioned, according to the statement, this is what they said: Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, and Mamelodi Sundowns are all tracking Golden Arrows midfielder Siyanda Ndlovu. Now, who is Siyanda Ndlovu, guys? Well, looking at the transfer market, according to Transfer Market, Umjita is a player who is a right winger, currently under 22. He has played 15 games, managed to score 3 goals, and he has about 4 assists this season alone. And as I've said, he's a right winger and also can play as a left winger, but primarily his position is a right winger. So, according to Soccer Beat, Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, they are both tracking this guy, or this boy. They want to make him one of their own. But for me, I don't know how honest this is. Obviously, we've been linked with a lot of players just for the sake of saying, it's okay, it's Kaizer Chiefs, and then things are just going to move. But does it actually make sense? Let's say from a different perspective, looking at this player, does it make sense that Kaizer Chiefs are looking to sign a right winger? Well, for me, aside in Lami, it doesn't make any sense, because remember, we have players like Abu Lilepo, we have players like Abu Luke Batman, who obviously recently just impressed playing as a right winger, and also we do have players like Abu Wandile Tuba who can also play that position. Yes, Umfana Siyanda Ndlovu is a great player, he's a good player. He's doing exceptionally well, but I don't know, for him to come to Kaizer Chiefs, I feel like he might be someone who will not succeed at this club because of how our team is playing. And sometimes we look at players and be like, okay, definitely this player would be good for us, but at the end of the day, you tend to find that player doesn't fit in the system that you're trying to use or you're trying to implement on him, because he's used to a different environment, different tactics, and some tactics work for other people. For example, look at a player like Morris. Morris was thriving at Sport United. Why? Because the environment, the system, everything was just pure and made for him. But when he got to Nashorena, despite all of us being shocked, because let's be honest, all of us were shocked when Morris was signed at Nashorena, we said, okay, let's just give him a chance, because maybe Tina, we did not see what they saw for them to sign him. Understand? And then Mafigu Morris, he played a few games. Don't get me wrong, Mjita is a hard worker. He's a good player. He's a great player actually. But unfortunately for our system, because you look at how he plays when he's playing for us, Gunzimu Mjita, Ashalene ball is courtesy. Yes, he can mark, he can do all the work, but touches, finishing, basic passes to the teammate, it's something Empire when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs. But when he was playing at Supersport, he was doing exceptionally well, and it makes sense. The coach that was coaching him was the one who understood him way better. And with us, I felt like Manchester Foster, we were forcing things, and to my surprise, I feel like Bomanje Kaizer Chiefs, they're starting to see things the way that some of us as fans saw in terms of Uteshik Morris. Not to say he's a bad player, he's a good player, but we have to be honest, there are players who, even if we can bring them to Naturena, they won't be able to perform to their level best, because it's sort of a different environment. It's sort of a team where you need to have but as the coaches said, you need a bit of character, you need confidence, you need a lot of confidence. So it's something that we need to take into consideration, especially when it comes to players like Siyanda Ndlovu. But don't get me wrong, take this player, sign him anywhere else, it would make sense. So if it is true, definitely for me, I do say it doesn't make any sense why Kaizer Chiefs want to sign him. But if that's not the case, then yeah, him going to Mamelodi Sundowns or Orlando Pirates, I think it would work to an extent, not like entirely to say, okay, he's going to go there and replace players and become a starter. That is not what is going to happen, because there are great players on those respective teams. You look at Orlando Pirates, they have capable wingers. Look at Mamelodi Sundowns, they also have capable wingers. So it is a bit confusing to me. Anyways, moving on, let's go to Thulani Touch Mabaso. Umfana has said something after the game that he played for Kaizer Chiefs, which was the game that obviously we're speaking about, Golden Arrows. He says, I think everyone knows that playing for Chiefs is everyone's dream. From the moment I stepped on the pitch, I thought, just believe in yourself, because in life, sometimes you only get one chance. Which is true, guys. This is true. You only get one chance sometimes. And with Thulani saying those words, I feel like it is something that a lot of youngsters, especially about Kaizer Chiefs, so far we've loaned out a lot of players, Abu Kolani Kosa, Abu Mangoba, also Emena. We did not think those players would be loaned out, but you look at Abu Mangoba, also Emena, you look at all those players, even though he's part of the senior team, he has not made it a lot. Let me not say he has not made it. He's made it to the senior debut. I think he played his first game, but all I'm saying is all of those players, they need to understand, as young as they are, they need to understand that sometimes in life you only get one chance, and that chance is to make sure that whenever you get that chance, you grab it with both arms. Grab that opportunity, make sure we are bulala. Doesn't matter people think this and people think that. No, as long as you get that chance, you make sure whenever the stage is set for you to shine, make sure that you shine. So with players like Thulani Mabaso, being this confident, showing a bit of character, and also performing at their level best. Because so far for me, I do not have any complaints with Thulani Touch Mabaso. I'm still waiting for more games. I wish we can play him when we were playing against a team like Sundowns, team like Orlando Pirates, or any team that is going to put pressure on us. Not to say those ones only, but only all the teams that are going to put pressure on us, just to see Umfana or perform under pressure. Because in Netherlands, Umfana, for me, he impressed. Even though we're playing under pressure, he impressed. He did not show any signs of weaknesses. So what would change now? The only thing that I wish to see is consistency from these youngsters. So I don't know, guys, but those are my thoughts anyways. So yeah, guys, what do you think about Siyanda Ndlovu joining Kaizer Chiefs? Do you think he would make a great addition? I feel like a lot of us who Kaizer Chiefs would say, yeah, definitely he will make a great addition, just because he's a different signing. But let's just be honest and look at the player, and just for a moment think about what, okay, if we sign this guy, would he really survive at Naturena? Don't get me wrong. I understand people are frustrated right now by players like Abu Makabi Lepo, because his performance has dipped. But trust me, uzobuyi confidence yakhe, and he's gonna get back to the player that we all know and fell in love with. But anyways, as I've said, these are just my opinions. You can also let me know what you think down in the comment section below. But please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. If this is your first time, seeing Football Trends with QB, just subscribe so that next time when I post something new, and most importantly, if you need my updates, I believe this is it. Kumbule Kosi Alpelumoya. Peace.